So today I'm going to be doing a quick review of Bound on PlayStation VR. So whilst I've been in lockdown, I've been getting the old VR game out and just going through some random stuff. This is a really beautiful game. You won't get the full effect of it from looking at this in 2D, and you've got to put on the VR headset to appreciate it. Nevertheless, it's not without its flaws. It does go on quite a bit. So I'm just going to do a quick run through, talk you through the gameplay and how I experienced it. You might want to definitely give this a bash if you're looking for something different. So the game starts by dropping you off at the beach. I'm not sure who it is that drops you off. We can assume it's a partner of some kind. You are pregnant. He is male. It's quite a slow opening. There's no directions on what to do, but it is pretty straightforward. You just basically walk around onto the map and onto the beach. This main character in the game is going to keep switching between this reality and the reality of the inner world as it's revealed later on. Not going to be any spoilers on the plot here because it's fairly simple and it's best to leave it for you to work out. What the game doesn't show here in 2D is how absolutely stunning and beautiful it is. It's not pixelated hardly at all. I like looking into the woman's head in the game here. I don't know how I discovered that. Yeah, maybe I was trying to make out of her. She sits in these various break scenes and starts to meditate, looking upon a book, which reveals these different key stages of the plot. You get transported into this inner world, as I say, and this is the princess that you become. She has no weapons of any kind. She's going to basically explore this world through the medium of dance. No, shit you're not. She just dances everywhere. And that's her weapon. This character in the game appears again at various stages to ask you to do things and chase after the monster, which is the main thing that you're going to be doing. It's essentially a platforming game. You come back to this central chamber and then you waltz off into these various different dimensions, but it's nothing like Sonic the Hedgehog or Mario, let me put it that way. So if you're looking for something very, very different, I've got to say at least the first hour of this game absolutely is going to have you completely engrossed in it. Again, if you like platformers, this is a different way to experience them. Some really interesting graphical concepts and design work. It's just stunning. I think anyone who'd be intoxicated in any way as well would just bend your mind in half, this game. As you can see here, you just sort of run around these various levels, which can also be played in 2D, but it's nothing compared to when you stick the VR headset on and all this is just taking place around you in the world. There is some pretty iffy camera angles which can embed you into walls and staircases and things, but you sort of just adjust for that and get used to it. It's basically getting your jumps on or off and working out the little puzzles within the world and how to traverse them. I've got to say, for the first hour of the game, it's going to be very novel. I've got to say, whilst I'm glad I played this, and I did so because I was on lockdown, I was looking for something different. Coronavirus, by the way, not I'm on a tag. Just because I'm a Manchester boy doesn't mean I'm on a tag. But the second hour started to drag a little bit. I suppose you've got to balance getting enough gameplay for your money and actually it being engrossing. I think if this dragged on for another hour I'd probably just binned it off because it was getting repetitive, but please don't let that stop you experiencing the game. It's definitely something very, very different than anything else I've played. One thing that does help split up some of the gameplay is you see these huge worlds unfolding, and at various stages you just whip off along some of these ribbons to the next bit of the game, Does give you a chance to have a drink of your ginger cordial and send a few text messages in between. Again, visually stunning. It's just whizzes past you, and at some point it feels like the girl's just going to hit you in the face as she sort of glides past the camera, almost smashing you in the chin. Of course, you eventually do meet the monster. You're not incredibly terrifying. You traverse a few more steps to get up to him. Again, to not reveal the plot and to keep this video as short as I possibly can, there's lots of little bits that go on up into meeting the guy, including some other help that you have in the world. All culminates towards the end into some of the trickier parts of the puzzle. Again, nothing too hard, and a final, very underwhelming ending, where the actual plot is revealed and you've got a multiple choice. But all in all, I definitely think the game's worth playing. Definitely think you introduce some new concepts, and a couple of hours, it might just be a welcome distraction from whoever it is that you're banged up inside with on your COVID-19 lockdown. So that concludes my review for this. Hope it helps you to just get a grasp on what the basic game's like, and I'll be putting a few more reviews up over the next few weeks on various games, some of my all-time favourites and some more VR stuff. Peace out, NBs. Yeah, that means nigger bitches.